Sleeper's sleeper hold victim because wrestling isn't real.
Hey!
Okay.
Hey!
I know people say that sometimes. It's scripted. Yes,
Yes.
The outcomes are predetermined. But the
Yes.
things that they're putting their bodies through, that's
Yes.
real, man. The emotion.
You tell him,
they evoke-
James! Hey guys, my name's Ann, and this reaction comes from Dead Meat. This is Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, the Nightmare Warriors 2009 kill count. And I've been kind of waiting for this for a long time, waiting to see if and when this was actually going to be covered. But finally, the last one got 1 million views, so Zoran is getting his wish. And I always love when Zoran hosts, because Zoran is amazing, he's funny. And I am very excited to see and learn more about this, because I don't really read comics or graphic novels too much anymore. So this should be a lot of fun. But before we get into it, though, please check all those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, the Dead Meat link if you haven't already. It's a great way to support everybody who works at Dead Meat. And it's a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video and click all those buttons down there. Because I want to see future reactions that I do, but also helps my channel to grow. And without any further ado, let's go.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror
like the
media
hand
and
thing.
show you how they were made. I'm Zoran, I voted for Kodos Gavoyich, and today I'm covering Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash, The Nightmare Warriors, first published in 2009. Following the successful sales of the first series, Dynamite greenlit a sequel even before the final issue was released. Writers Jeff Katz and James Kahoric returned alongside artist Jason Craig. Originally envisioned as a 12-issue epic, the treatment was cut in half to 6 issues. But man, there's still a lot that happens in this thing, since they envisioned this as the epic finale to the trilogy started with Freddy vs. Jason. The Nightmare Warriors picks up right after the end of Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. The Necronomicon is used by the government to resurrect a very naked Freddy Krueger, who then sends Jason on a revenge mission to kill Ash and his girlfriend Carrie. Pretty standard stuff, but what's not standard are all the returning characters from both the Nightmare and Friday franchises. We've got Tina Shepard, Alice the Dream Master, and even Tommy freaking Jarvis.
Hell
It's the
yeah,
ultimate
Tommy!
fan fiction, and honestly, it's the best part of the book. Well, aside from the fact that Freddy wants to take over the White House, which is why we're doing this one before the election on Tuesday.
So make sure to get out and slash the vote, bitches! Ha 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 ha!
Please don't vote for Freddy. And before I
No,
get into
don't
what's
vote
not
for
so great about this
Freddy.
book, I want to point out that the folks that made this really love horror.
We're all good friends, we're all horror nuts, and it's very collaborative.
So much so that writer Jeff Katz actually wrote to New Line when he was 8 years old, trying to get involved in making a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie. That said, my issues are pretty much the same as the previous book. The art is inconsistent, and I have a hard time telling the characters apart, especially when they look nothing like their movie counterparts. The writing is less juvenile this time around, but the characterizations of our headliners are still off. Ash is much more of a dick this time around, and not in a funny way.
That's disappointing.
Best lock up your equipment before we get there.
Gee, Neil, you think of that all by yourself? And here I thought you were a little slow.
He also feels more like Sebastian Haff from Bubba Hotep rather than Ash. Freddy is still Freddy, but somehow they managed to make him even more perverted. But thankfully, our saving grace is Jason, who treats us to some truly amazing kills.
That's what
How
he
many
should.
Nightmare Warriors will be shooting down the walls
Mr.
of...
Gavoyich?
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Secret Service, sir. As of 0900 hours, you've been elected president of Kill Count Games. We're here
Oh,
to upgrade
damn!
your security.
Well, that's so nice. I didn't know that was an elected position. What you doing with my butt there?
Just standard security upgrades. We'll be setting you up with today's sponsor, NordVPN. It'll keep your
okay.
internet data safe with next-gen encryption while also protecting you from malicious ads, malware, and websites. Plus, a strict no-logs policy means Nord doesn't track, collect, or share your private data, all while providing you with a kill switch to make sure your data isn't exposed for even a moment.
No need. I'm already on the NordVPN bandwagon. In fact, I use their thousands of servers around the world to enjoy streaming sites globally.
Yeah,
and
it's
just
fun.
this past month, I watched What We Do in the Shadows from Netflix in Australia, Resident Evil from Netflix in the Philippines, and Tremors from Netflix in Canada.
Of course, Trevor.
Everything seems in order. We look forward to working with you.
Jesus,
Oh.
get out of here. You're breaking James's set. I don't care if you're government officials. And right now, anyone can elect to sign up for NordVPN at a huge discount, thanks to their Black Friday exclusive deal. Just go to nordvpn.com/deadmeat for a 2-year plan, plus 4 additional bonus months. It's risk-free
Sounds
with
like a
Nord's
pretty good deal.
30-day money-back guarantee. That's nordvpn.com/deadmeat, or visit the link in the description. How many Nightmare Warriors will shoot out the walls of heartache and go bang bang onto the count? Let's find out and get to the kills.
All right.
The out-of-print comic begins when I pay $150 for it on eBay.
Damn!
Zoran!
This time, the cover art was done by Arthur Saddam,
known as the Zombie King. That's what my mother calls me.
who earned that title from his work on Marvel Zombies. That actually crossed over with our main man from Michigan.
Oh, me?
No. And unlike previous cover artist J. Scott Campbell's borderline porn, Saddam just did straight-up porn for Penthouse Comics. A quick recap of the previous comic tells us that Jason's
I even
taking
know that
a
was a
wet
thing.
nap under Ash's Delta 88. Freddy was banished to the Deadite dimension, but that doesn't stop him from returning as Jason's mom, who wants him going on a revenge mission against Ash and his Cisco-inspiring girlfriend Carrie. Oh, and look, it's Raoul and Jarvis from the previous book, who I'm sure are still harassing women in hell.
Hey, Demon Chick, the power of Christ compels you to get on my dick.
Oh my god!
Ride that thing? I will. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what?
What?
Some Men in Black sedans arrive, led by director Russell, most likely named after Chuck Russell, the director of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, of which this comic draws heavy inspiration. He's brought an extraction team of quilted double-ply commandos to extract the Necronomicon, which now looks as cute as a McDonald's Boo Bucket. Some divers go to retrieve Jason, but he's freed himself from the car and being drawn consistently. I mean, seriously, he looks like the Sin City yellow bastard here. A blub-blubbing diver is feeling so broke up that he wants to go home, but Jason's Schloop John B's his neck, continuing the tradition of really weird sound effects. The other diver flees to the surface, where he's helped out of the water and onto the Count, when Jason gives him the old relic treatment, gutting him and then taking out his buddy with a machete to the face.
Yikes.
Ooh, damn! Killed before he could name his favorite Family Matters character. Snow
ah.
randos open fire and end up shooting one of their own, but Jason manages to relieve them of their guilt by breaking one's neck and disarming another. Backup arrives in the form of these Ghostbuster posers, who Jason makes into Toastbusters. Wait, the cords are in the water. How is he electrocuting them on ice? Ugh, I missed when science was a thing. 7 more Snowmando silhouettes
I know,
show
cares
up,
about
including
science.
Little John.
Yeah.
And Jason gets
What?
all Hulk issue 340 on them, before slicing them up on and off panel. But a couple must have survived, since later 2 guards say Jason killed 13 people. So minus the other agents, that only adds 4 for Jason, since one of those guys was shot by his own men. He finishes his spree by grabbing his mask, which is somehow on the lake after it was last seen blasted off and left in the rubble of the Voorhees house.
Continuity police.
Oh no! Oh no!
6 months later, we catch up with Ash, now living in Franklin, Michigan with Carrie, who according to writer Katz is getting used to domestic life, like Frank Drebin in Naked Gun 33 1/3, a personal favorite.
How do you like your meat, babe? Tender and juicy or hard and charred?
Yeah, neither of those are good penis descriptors, sir.
No, they're not.
For yourself, bitch.
Oh my god, Freddy, no!
J. Jonah Jameson reports on some grisly murders along the interstate, but we never met them, so they stay off the count. Carrie's gerontophilia is interrupted by our first returning legacy character, Dr. Maggie Burroughs from Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. You know, the one that turned out to be Freddy's daughter, Catherine Krueger. She's working with Dr. Gordon.
I'm a doctor.
No, not that one. This one's the Hypnosil Hawk and Doc from Dream Warriors. She's recruiting folks who are focal magnets for the supernatural to help fight beings like Freddy and Jason when they inevitably return. But Ash isn't really a team player and sends her on her way while Jason watches from the shadows. Wait, it took him 6 months to walk from New Jersey to Michigan? That's only 500 miles. Slow ass motherfucking Jason. Ash goes on a give Jason a moment to kill Carrie beer run, and sure enough, Jason attacks Carrie, who defensively distends her jaw. I guess in an attempt to eat him like a snake. I don't know.
Ow.
All while Ash buys
Yum,
some
yum.
Red Henry beer, a reference to Army of Darkness. And that's not the only one, as we cut to a theater showing Army of Darkness. Now, how does that make a lick of sense? Well, before I can get an answer, Freddy appears.
How about we swap some spit in the back row, little dream master?
He's referring to Alice Johnson from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5, who is watching the movie with her grown-up dream child, Jacob. Back in Michigan, Ash returns home to find that Jason has divorced Carrie's head from her body, putting her on the grill when she really belongs in the fridge. To make things extra awkward, Carrie's parents have arrived for a very fucked up Three's Company episode.
You killed my little girl.
What?
Oh, God.
No, it's not what you think.
Oh, I love that.
Ash Ash then punches him out of the comic entirely, grabs his trademark guitar case, and flees while a shadowy camo man watches. Over in Washington, D.C., Director Russell is talking to Agent Carter. No, not that one. It's this guy, who
like that
looks
Agent
like
Carter.
Ash for some reason. Russell wants to use the Necronomicon to create an army of monstrous assassins, as illustrated by this Slash Street Boys album cover. He then uses a War of the Worlds tripod to translate the Necronomicon and bring back Al Bundy?
Welcome back to the land of the living, Mr. Kruger.
Oh, it's Freddy. Sorry. I didn't recognize your Sasquatch thighs, Mr.
Ah!
Freddy. Freddy's return prompts a creepy, totally not foreshadowing a betrayal wake up from Maggie.
Daddy's back.
Taste
She's
of
in
betrayal.
bed with Dr. Neil Gordon, and a knock-knock almost turns this into the movie Knock-Knock when two busty girls enter. But before they can ask to see Dr. Gordon's PhD ick, we learn that this is Rennie Wickham and Tina Shepard. Rennie is the final girl from Jason Takes Manhattan that had visions of that little shitty boy Jason. And Tina is the
Telekinetic older woman who's still drawn like a teenager.
From Friday 7, The New Blood. Rennie is an empath, meaning she's highly tuned to the emotional states of others, and senses something bad is about to happen. Maggie responds by crushing her hand, or whatever's happening here, and tells her to grab a snack and wait for the rest of the legacy characters.
Come on, Ren. There's a cream-filled donut with my name on it in the fridge, and I want to get to it before Neil does.
Are we sure this isn't a porno? Ash is
It
at
could
Crossover
be.
Junction, as seen by signs referencing locations from Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but no Bixby!
Bixby!
Yay! His
Trevor!
camo stalker wants an autograph, but he's already boarded the train, and he's not the only one, as these two fellas catch a ride. However, Earl and his buddy, we'll call him Val for no particular reason, aren't alone.
Whoa, shit in the hell!
Jason's here to kill Earl and turn his buddy into Toe Jam on a railroad crossing sign. Damn, that sign's arm really should have been down. Stephanie Kimball, the grown-up baby from Jason Goes to Hell, arrives, and she's escorted by her misspelled father, Stephen Freeman, who is very much not a blonde man. The misspellings continue when Tina introduces herself
not.
with an extra P. Stephanie just can't take all this inaccuracy, going into convulsions, and showing us she has a true eye for transitions. Oh, wait, Yoshi, grab that smiley flower before we go. Good work, buddy.
Oh, good job,
The
Yoshi.
train has arrived alongside a trio of douches that make Jarvis and Raoul look like fucking choir boys.
You sure got pretty lips. How about we put them to the test, boys?
I'm not mad, I'm just very disappointed in you
Same.
Nightmare Warriors. Luckily, their casual middle-of-the-day sexual assault is interrupted when Jason cock-blocks one guy forever
Good job,
and
Jason.
bamfs this girl in the process. Bamf? Okay, it's not a real word. I'm gonna look this up. Bamf. The sound of a dick machete lightly grazing a woman's face. What dictionary is
What
this?
the hell is
Jason
that?
turns his attention to the rest of the droogs, going bowling with this bastard's bean, but then helps this other guy get crunk.
What?
Finishing him off with a gnarly foot stomp. Jason then triumphantly leaves, having saved the girl. For last, oh, Jesus, Jason. Okay,
Oh.
out of context, mouth capitation is pretty cool, but, the tears in her eyes just make this just fucking depressing.
Yeah, it
Back
sure
at the House
does.
of Confusing Perspectives, Alex and Jacob have arrived, as well as Ashley J, who wants a piece of Jason. And Maggie tells him he's not alone, introducing him to the rest of the group. Maggie plans to use everyone's combined powers to destroy Freddy and Jason once and for all. Ooh, and here's your chance, as Jason barges in, immediately killing Steven by punching his head into his body like a human
Wow!
whack-a-mole. Why are you blonde? He seemed to say. Ash grabs his guitar case
That's
to
crazy.
but issue 2 is way too early for a rematch. So a Hummer bursts through the wall, rescuing everyone. But who's driving this nickname for a blowjob? It's Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th, Part 4, 5, 6, and the Never Hike Alone series. Oh, and that one shot in Social Mediascus too.
Oh,
Director
yeah.
Russell's men arrive in order to capture Jason.
All right, people, let's go. It's just like the simulation. Tag him and bag him.
Oh, I know what bagging simulation you trained on.
Yep.
They enter the house and open fire, making sure Jason is chock full of bullets. and some dildo missiles for good measure. Somehow, it knocks him out, and they take him back to Black Book HQ. The Nightmare Warriors have now gotten a room at the Anagram Motel, much to the dismay of the Bates family. Norman, sue their asses! No, Mother, it's just an homage. They all recap their backstories and powers. Tina has telekinesis. Alice can pull people into dreams. Rennie has the feels. Maggie is Freddy's daughter, so there's something there. Stephanie has visions because she's actually Jason's great niece. And Tommy, well, he's just kind of persistent. What about you, Jacob?
Very persistent.
Oh, sounded like there was more to that. Moving on.
That really
Whatever
it?
their differences, they're all united in one common goal: to never wear bras. And it was a conscious choice to have them all scantily dressed according to artist Jason Craig. The last comic was set during the winter, and it didn't make sense for the girls to be in skimpy outfits. So they set this book in the summer, specifically for the copious amount of cleavage to make sense. Classy. Tommy leaves.
Yeah, so very classy. But to be fair, a lot of Jason movies have that sort of thing in them, especially the first couple of them, and then, you know, the second part of Tommy's journey, the second movie with Tommy. Yeah, that's did not age well.
Because he believes he's the true chosen one destined to kill Jason, and the rest plan to talk to Maggie's father, Director Russell, in hopes of convincing him to use the Necronomicon to send Freddy and Jason to hell for good. I don't know if you should trust that book.
Oh, come on. I won't let you down, buddy.
No!
Okay. The Nightmare Warriors arrive at Black Book HQ, where they get a security scan from a guard who, for some reason, is very surprised by basically the same metal hand he's scanning them with. I mean, of all the dumb— Jesus! Just a hand. Just my hand.
Oh, that was a good one, sir. That was good.
Make it past him and are immediately arrested, with Ash soon realizing Maggie might not be on the up and up.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought she said the guy in charge was her father. Why'd she introduce herself to that Russell character?
Jason's put in a prison filled with deadites and a familiar face welcoming him to the pit. Ooh, maybe you can unlock Reptile. Also, I want to say, for the most part, I like the look of Jason's half mask, which artist Jason Craig said
That's
gave
pretty cool.
Jason some more emotion. But sometimes, yeah, he just looks real dumb.
I miss my mommy.
With his new captive audience,
God,
Freddy
no.
reveals his plan.
I control the book in all its power now. All I needed was a little help to get back on my feet. And voila! Here I am in all my glory, presidential glory. Will you shut the hell up, you undead punks? Can't you see I'm trying to monologue here?
God, I love him calling out those shitty rhymes. They go to Jason's Mac vs. PC dream space for some privacy, where Mr. Freddy says he needs Jason's help taking over Washington. Jason prefers to keep the versus part of the book's title going, but eventually Freddy convinces him to enlist as his general with one word.
Tommy.
But you can't face your nemesis looking like that. Guess it's time for a...
Oh my god, he's got long hair!
You look fabulous, Jason. Well, Ash, Tina, and Alice cool their heels in the hoosegow. Maggie, Rennie, and Neil go to see Freddy.
Oh, is this a conjugal visit? Because I like my ladies a little younger than this one.
Now, it's never been explicitly stated before that Freddy was a child molester, just a child murderer, but according to Freddy actor Robert Englund,
originally there was a hint of pedophilia.
However, during filming of the original movie, a horrible scandal known as the McMartin case was happening. The scandal involved a preschool run by the McMartin family, which was accused of sexually abusing children. The case lasted 7 years, and eventually all charges were proven false and dropped. But the scandal caused director Wes Craven to downplay Freddy's original origins. Of course, that didn't stop the 2010 remake from making it just completely true.
He brought us here so that we would remember what he did to us.
Good lord.
That movie. Freddy uses his skeleton powers to transform back into Uncle Leo?
I didn't know any of
that. Earlier, Russell gave Freddy an all-access pass to the Necronomicon to help unlock its secrets, which allowed him to become one with the book and get a bloodthirst ab trap pick for his Tinder. Director Russell goes after Freddy with his own glove, but Maggie redirects it right into Russell's stomach, leaving him to slowly bleed out on the floor.
Bye-bye, Russell.
Can't believe you did that to your dad.
Gordon Russell wasn't my father.
Right, your real dad was Freddy. Well, looks like it's time for a nice family reunion.
Now give Daddy a little sugar, sweetums.
Excuse me?
Fucking gross.
That is very gross. Oh, Jesus.
Fuck, my glasses are in there.
What the hell is
seriously,
going on?
this is some yum that needs to be yucked. It is the single grossest comic panel I have ever seen, and I've read everything Garth Ennis has done. Neil tries to snap
very
Maggie out of
gross.
it with a kiss, but her reaction leaves him gutted. She then reveals her true name to be another misspelling. Continuity police, little help?
Continuity police. Wait, did his mustache change?
Freddy then turns his daughter into X-23, and she NYX's Rennie off the list of the living. Ash convinces Tina to break them out of prison in the most Ash way possible.
Use your telecommunications to spring the lock and get us out of here.
Love it. As they escape, they're greeted by General Stonewall Jason and his confederacy of Deadites, who then chop, punch, and eat 3 Black Book employees in what looks like a hospital for some reason. Tina uses her powers to raise the floor or something. Okay, honestly, what is happening right now? I don't know, but I guess the grong means that Jason's cut off from his victims, leaving him and his Wolverine Deadites to find another way out.
Hey, watch it, bub.
We then end this issue with some super cartoony Deadites before the art style changes completely. Crudy Torian takes over for Jason Craig for reasons unknown. Seriously, I still have our researcher Bella looking for an answer.
Can I please see my family now?
Oh no!
No.
Oh
Torian
my
would
God.
later go on to do Wildstorm's
Terrible.
Gen 13 comic, and his style is a lot more cartoony than Craig's, taking line work to an extreme. I mean, seriously, what are all these extra lines on Ash's face? After beating a Deadite to death for stealing Krusty Burgers, Ash finds the Necronomicon, but it's being guarded by the translation machine that is now transformed into Predatron.
Kruger must be losing his touch. He can't really think a giant erection set is going to take me down.
Oh, it's actually a Erector set, not erection set. I know, because I just bought one for my kid. Hello, wife.
Honey, I'm not sure this is an appropriate toy for our
Oh
child.
Ash
no!
fights the Michael
Oh no! Someone done messed up.
Bastard and gets in some decent quips.
Too slow, douche ex machina.
Eventually defeating the robot jock with some danger, danger, high voltage. And since I counted the Doppel Freddys in the last comic, I'll add this go-go gadget Freddy to the count. Meanwhile, on the streets of Washington, this hunky Roy and his friends take out 5 civilians. We got 3 decapitations for Jason, a severed head for this jumpy fellow, and a guy with just really high blood pressure in the back.
Yikes.
And I'm not gonna count this creeper's sleeper hold victim, because wrestling isn't real.
Hey!
Okay.
Hey!
I know people say that sometimes. It's scripted. Yes,
Yes.
The outcomes are predetermined. But the
Yes.
things that they're putting their bodies through, that's
Yes.
real, man. The emotion.
You tell
they
him, James.
evoke, that's
You
fucking
tell him.
real, man. You think these broken necks are fake? You want to
Yeah.
hold one? Don't follow me.
Jason notices a homeless man and gives him
I love that entire bit.
some spare machete, but it turns out he's actually Tommy Jarvis in disguise.
I was meant to be the one to send you back to hell, even if it cost me my life to do it. Yeah, die, you filthy bastard! Die, die, die!
And this plot point is so dumb, honestly it could have come out of a pitch meeting video.
So I was thinking
Oh!
that Tommy Jarvis could pull off his Mission Impossible style mask and reveal he was the homeless guy this whole time. Why'd he disguise himself as a homeless man? Couldn't he have just wandered the panic-filled streets undetected? Unclear. And I was able to make a perfect human mask because as a kid he made monster masks and he spent 25 years perfecting them instead of killing
I
Jason.
love this.
Yeah. And then he just starts firing 2 guns indiscriminately knowing that bullets do nothing to Jason. Huh.
Yep.
This isn't very good, is it?
No, it isn't.
Oh, no.
Tommy's random...
Oh, I love that. I love whenever they do this, and that's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen anybody from Dead Meat on the pitch meeting channel. I would love to someday.
Gunfire ends up canceling one non-Disney gargoyle with deadly force, while another 2 take him back to the White House for safekeeping. All while Jason returns to his 3D roots. Whoa! Back at the Universal Tram Tour, Jason Craig returns to do the art for Jacob's Rika Rika Thump Thump dream. Turns out Stephanie is hardcore Team Jacob and seduces him with her ever-changing hair color and nightgown opacity. Jacob's so trembly at the thought of sex that he blows his load, which prompts this inhuman Stephanie to stop the seducer and go full Medusa. Jacob's cries are picked up by his mom, so she Terminator balls herself, Tina, and Ash into Jacob's dream. They confront Freddy, who rehashes his "here's how they tried to kill me" bit.
I mean, they tried burning me. They tried burying me. Hell, they even tried holy water and forgetting me. Then they tried rebooting me, and yeah, that worked pretty good. It's been about 14 years since my last appearance, unless you count that Goldberg's cameo, which of course, I do not.
Freddy reveals that he
That's
skinned
fair.
that cat Stephanie, who's now lying on the floor looking like a Hellraiser Julia. Ash won't stand for that and goes on the attack.
You're just like Disco, Kruger. Ha! You should have stayed dead.
And this line harkens back to one of my favorite quips from the Evil Dead Hail to the King video game.
Say hi to Disco for me.
And that's about all I liked about that game. Freddy refuses to kill Ash and
Never played
instead takes Jacob back with him to the White House. With Jacob gone, they realize they're actually in Stephanie's dream and try to save her by putting her skin back on before they all wake up in the hotel room. So I guess Alice can just teleport people like Nightcrawler now. Sure, whatever, who cares? Across town, Jason's killing spree has entered the halls of Congress. Not by the hair of our... Oh, nope, you're in. And you've killed 12 senators and congressmen.
Okay.
Talk about a kill-a-buster. The mayhem continues outside the White House, where a Secret Service man takes out a Deadite, while another swallows this guy's soul. And then we see 2 bodies here on Elm Street, Vania Avenue. Well, inside we have 4 more bodies that add 8 to the count with a hop, skip, and a jump rope girl. A presidential address reminds us that this comic was made during the Bush administration.
My fellow Americans, people
Oh,
thought I
jeez.
was out for good, but I was just down for the count. Now I'm back. It's been too long since I've shared my
I love that
brand of
James is
rich domination with
impersonating W.
If that wasn't terrifying enough, Bush reveals himself to actually be Freddy Krueger, who's
Ooh,
instated
fake ad!
himself as the new President of these you frighted states.
My fellow Ameribitches, before the election on Tuesday, I wanted to make sure you knew where this knife-hander-in-chief stood on all the issues.
Okay.
I believe in no taxation without a good asphyxiation.
Oh my god!
Give me you're tired, you're poor, and I'll slash the masses till they no longer breathe! Look, I'm no monster. Your body, your choice. So this election day, vote for Frederick Charles
Okay,
Krueger,
smart
because
man.
I can guarantee you the last thing I want America to be is woke.
Please don't hesitate
Ash
to be so
plans to
actually
storm
vote
the
for
White
him.
House by mixing metaphors and
Oh,
raiding the local
man.
pawn shop for supplies, like double machetes, double handguns, and a chainsaw and boomstick.
It ain't much, but it's gonna have to do.
What do you mean? It's exactly what you use every time
Yes,
you
it
fight
is.
anything. And why the hell did a pawn shop have a chainsaw hand? I only have one because I bought it online without telling my wife.
Oh,
The
whoopsie.
Spider-Man 3 style exposition recap adds 2 more bodies in this wide shot, since we already counted this gingerly snapped in half body earlier. Stephanie's starting to lose her mind a little and just disappears, while Tina and Alice call out Ash's dumbass plan to run in guns blazing. Well, it can't be that dumb because the US military is doing exactly that. Oh boy, looks like it's time for some kill guessing. No, that's what I meant. I don't mean counting. I count 4
boy.
dead soldiers on the ground here. 1 dead man-bat that takes out, let's say, 4 soldiers in this helicopter, since we saw 3 in the
Sure, why
previous
not?
panel, plus the pilot. Then Emo Fred takes out 4 more helicopters, which I'll also say have 4 soldiers in each, based on the aftermath shot here. That gives us a total of 24 kills.
All out it.
25 kills.
Hey, asshole! Knock, knock! Chainsaw calling!
26 kills
Oh,
and an
26.
outdated Avon calling pun.
Okay.
While the Resident Evil Retribution ending continues, we catch up with Stephanie, dreaming about blood on the steps of a church.
Raining
Like
blood.
you do. She's brought inside and attacked by Jason Isis, while Reverend Fredo Sarducci reveals her destiny.
You're from the same lineage as that giant machete-wielding hick. Deep in here, locked away from you, is the secret. And Uncle
Yikes.
Freddy is gonna help you find the key. Inside
Oh, God.
beating heart of yours, an unstoppable killer waits to be freed.
Oh.
All you need is a little push,
Oh, God.
like so.
Much
Yikes.
like the Blood of Christ scene from the previous book, this scene evokes good old dark and scary Freddy, before
Sure does.
he again ruins it by becoming sequel Freddy.
What are you gonna do now? You're supposed to say, I'm gonna go to Disney World.
Oh,
Freddy's
God.
heart
That's
poke
terrible.
turns Stephanie into a true Voorhees, macheteing Priest Freddy, who oogie boogies onto the count. After magically getting some shoes between panels, she tiptoes out of her dreams and into the real world, where Bishojo Jason somehow gets a mask, but still doesn't have a ch-ch-ch, bra-bra-bra Back in the Oval Office, Jacob and Tommy
good
are trying
one,
to look on
Zoran.
the bright side of life, while Freddy does his taunting thing.
Ah, I shit bigger fish than you without any fiber supplements.
You heard it here first, folks. Freddy shits fish. Freddy goes to kill Tommy in order to eat his yummy survivor soul or whatever, but Jason ain't having any of that. Tommy belongs to him, but Maggie protects Freddy by getting into a cat fight with Jason.
Ah, seriously, you're pulling my hair? What are you under that mask? A big shambling puss.
Nope, not saying that.
Yep. Can't say I blame her.
I could try it.
It's a good thing that
Nope, not saying that.
No.
Secret
Good
wishes
job,
Freddy
guys.
makes a knockoff Wolverine
Right call.
sound before asking Jason, "Do you have a flag?" No? Well, here you go. Now you can have a country. The fight comes to an end when a tank barges in, crushing Jason and... Whoa, hey, Maggie? She can't really be dead, right? Oh yeah, she's gone. All right. The tank sounds like a distraught Stimpy before it blasts Freddy away. And honestly, I love this entrance for Ash, having been thrown through the wall by Tina's telekinetic powers. That's fucking teamwork. As Ash frees Jacob and Tommy, we see that Dr. Gordon is
Tenacious
somehow
D
alive.
reference?
Even though that belly slash should have killed him. I mean, the same thing killed Rennie and... wait, is George Washington wearing a hockey mask back?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it looks like, sure.
There. Where was I? Oh yeah, the now black-haired Alice confronts Freddy like she's raiding a tomb, but she realizes she can't defeat him with guns.
Finally, someone gets it.
And her dream powers have taken too much of a toll on her body to be effective, so she sacrifices herself in order to pass her powers onto her son.
I'm the Dream Master now, Kruger!
And those souls include Freddy's mother, Amanda Kruger, as well as the Dream Warriors, Kincaid, Will Stanton, Taryn White, and, William Zabka? You know, the real hero of the Karate Kid series.
I
The
agree.
final battle kicks off with Amanda using her helicopter-sounding Raiden powers to, dear God, kill all the Deadites?
And I thought kill counting a comic would be easy.
Okay, I can count 177 in this shot and 168 in this one, and I guess I'll go with the larger number since there is some overlap. So we can add 177 Deadites to...
You better not be counting bastard skellies.
I'm charging overtime for this!
Oh!
Yes! Well, it's hard to tell which of Jason Craig's circle heads have flesh, but I can definitely see 12 Mr. Skull heads, so subtracting those, we can add 165 to the count. Oh, I love overtime. This cavalcade of cameos harkens back to a scene in the previous book, where Freddy resurrected Jason's victims. And it's not just Dream Warriors here. We also see Spencer Lewis from Freddy's Dead, Tina from the OG film, with her trademark sword. And who could forget Punch Girl and Swipe in Half Guy?
Yeah, I have no idea who they are.
With his army defeated,
Name?
Freddy takes his rage out on his ghost mom. Wait, how did he Oh, he stabbed into Jacob. That's clever. With Jacob's concentration broken, Amanda, nuns away! Nuns away! Leaving Tina to take care of him while Freddy enjoys a little snack.
But I know what cocktail will hit the spot. Some ghostly, soul-quenching martini!
Oh, wow, what a line.
Freddy drinks up the teens. That also should have disappeared when Jacob was stabbed. But no time for explanation since Jason has returned. And I love the little cartoon cutout for where he broke through the wall there. Ash and Tommy argue about who gets to kill Jason.
No, I need to be the one to put Jason down for good. You can't do it. Only I can.
Get over yourself, punk. This isn't a video game.
But if it was, I'd be covering it on the first Friday of every month since I'm the new Dead Meat Game Daddy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I immediately regret that name. Ash forfeits his game of rock, paper, chainsaw to go help the girls. While Tommy and Jason have the fight he's been hyping up for decades. Ooh, let's watch.
You just kept killing and killing and killing, but you never got me, and you never will. Yeah! You never will. Jason?
Die! Before Jason can end Tommy, though, he gets 2 machetes through his chest, courtesy of Stephanie. Jason then backhands Stephanie to places unknown. Erotic. It's grosser with the mustache. And upon hearing his mamala's voice, he utters the perfect final word. Mommy? Before he's beheaded with a piece of glass by Tommy Jarvis, fulfilling the destiny he wouldn't shut up about and announcing his triumph to the world.
Jason Voorhees is dead!
And he even happened on page 13. That's fun. With Jason dead, it's time for Freddy to get his. Ash hands the Necronomalama Ding Dong to Gordon, who rightfully doesn't know how to read its blood ink Sumerian. But luckily someone's there to lend a ghostly hand.
It's okay, Neil. I'm here now. And together we're going to stop him.
Ash and Freddy duke it out for a bit before he sees Jason's dead body and swallows that soul, giving him a little quado. Open your mind. But before he can, Gordon's ghostly translator is revealed to be Nancy Thompson from the first film. And she's translated the only 3 fucking words in that book.
Quatu Brata Nikto!
A portal then opens up, sucking in Agent Carter.
Remember him from that one panel? No.
Everyone holds on for
I
dear
don't
life.
either.
Well, except for Freddy, since those survivors' souls must have had immunity idols. And it looks like nothing can stop the self-proclaimed dream god. That is until the book decides it wants its power back, and the stupid spermy dream demons return to strip Freddy of his power, his clothes, and his skin condition. Freddy pleads with Ash to take
Not his
pity on him,
motorcycle, though.
but Ash ain't buying it.
Well, if he had a motorcycle anyway.
Play that after-school special shit with me. I had to cut up my girlfriend with a chainsaw. Does that sound like a freaking storybook ending to you? You want forgiveness for what you've done, Kruger? Ask the kids you killed for it. When you get to hell!
Badass! Wait, why are the kids in hell? Well, it doesn't matter since
don't
Freddy
know.
is finally dead. Shot in the chest by Ash with his body kicked into the Deadite dimension. With Freddy vanquished, Nancy says a tearful goodbye to Neil.
They're all waiting for me on the other side. Goodbye, Neil. I'll always love you.
Nancy, please don't go.
And the next day, we get an epilogue. Stephanie and Jacob survived, and Tommy has been put in charge of training the survivors in case Freddy or Jason return.
Those kids are your #1 responsibility now. They've been through the war and are going to need someone to look after them. And I can't think of a better captain for these Nightmare Warriors.
Hey, that's the name of the comic.
It
Get some sugar and a motorcycle that seems custom made for him. Don't know when he had time to buy that. He then takes off for a new life in Texas, even though now we know his true dream is Jacksonville, Florida. We of course get a tease that Jason will return since his body has disappeared. And as for Freddy, well, for that we travel back to Springwood, Ohio in 1964, where the police are celebrating his arrest 2 years before he's arrested, according to Freddy's dead.
Continuity police. Oh, come on, that's just silly.
A time-displaced Agent Carter, remember him?
I have work to do.
Finds Freddy's arrest warrant
Leave me
that was
alone!
never signed correctly, thus leading to Freddy's mistrial. So he goes ahead and signs it himself, which is still an issue since he's from the future and no one knows who the fuck Wesley Carter is in 1964. But it works, and Freddy, much like Ernest, goes to jail. Though it still looks kinda cloudy with a chance of child molesters. How many legacy characters will we no longer see after Freddy's State of the Boonian address? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Oh, that's fun.
That's clever. Oh, ow!
Oh,
Damn,
hashtag $! Exclamation point.
Is he okay?
253
Weird
people, Deadites, and Freddy doppelgangers died in the Nightmare Warriors, with the victims consisting of 72 men, only 9 women, and 172 unknown, giving us a chart as gray as the skin on our special, special boy's face. Who didn't get most of the kills this time around? That honor goes to the ghosts of nightmare movies past. And how did this stack up with the rest of the trilogy? Well, it vastly surpasses its predecessors, thanks mostly to Amanda Kruger's zappy zappy zap zap zap.
Zip, 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 zip.
You know the scene I'm talking about.
Beep, beep,
So
beep,
with a
beep.
total story page count of 132, that left us with a kill on average every 0.5 pages. We'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Stephen Freeman. Never seen a man's head punched into his chest.
That's my favorite one.
God damn it, the
From what I can
misspellings
see.
are contagious. Dull Machete for lamest kill goes to Maggie Burrows, aka Catherine Kruger, who was crushed by a tank and forgotten about immediately. Wait, who are we talking about again? And that's it. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash, The Nightmare Warriors came out in 2009 and completed the trilogy started with Freddy vs. Jason. With that, we wrap up our comic book kill counts as I move on to monthly video game kill counts,
Yay!
starting with Resident Evil in December. But until
Hell
then,
yeah!
who has a borderline debilitating sideshow statue addiction, and this has been the kill count.
On the next kill count.
Something deadly is lurking beneath the small town of Ashton. Something slimy. Something like slugs. They're crawling out of the sewers and into your homes.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about slugs. They're tiny mutant pests that'll eat you alive.
Oh. Demented crickets? Rampaging mosquitoes, maybe?
How about lots and lots of slugs? From the director of
slugs.
Pieces comes another movie with super horny characters.
Do you like?
And super gory kills.
Damn!
It's the underrated
Sounds like a Jason movie.
Slugs. Witness the sleazy slime fest that'll make you afraid to go in the garden. Witness Slugs. What's coming into the bedroom? Slugs. What's coming out of the toilet? Slugs. What's coming to the kill count this Friday only on Dead Meat. Slugs.
Ah!
Another fun-filled
Stop
night.
yelling at me!
Slugs can currently be watched on the
Alright, I'm not really looking forward to watching that. This feels like a weird one. But this was fun. I always love seeing Zoran host because the jokes and the skits are always just so damn good. Not that they're not good with everybody else, but Zoran just adds so much more humor that I really get, that really speaks to me. Certainly bringing in James a little bit throughout was fun as well, especially with the wrestling thing, because, I'm a huge wrestling fan, so anytime wrestling gets brought up, and anytime the whole, wrestling's not real thing comes up, I always, kind of roll my eyes at it. But with this, just perfect. It was so much fun. I haven't actually read it myself. He said he spent $150 on it. There's no way I was spending that kind of money on it. I'd rather just sort of experience it and follow along with you guys. And I'm glad I didn't buy it. But at least the kills were pretty damn good. And also, there was Ryan George. I always love seeing Ryan George on these. One day, hopefully, we can get a James or a Zoran appear in one of the pitch meetings. That would be awesome. But that's going to do it for me here. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about this comic? Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Check all those links I have for you down in the description below. Then lastly, and most importantly, I'm going to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon. Cruising, Wolverine 310, Kester Cronus, Joshi, Chris Curtis, Ann Perry, Voskophony, Misa, Misa2, Lily the Snoopy Fan, Lauren, Jenny the Swiftie, Allison the Aesthetic Girl, Fleet Street Vicom, Emily the Flower Lover, Steffi, Summer the Dog Lover, Misa3, Arrow Hamster, Inca Linquist, Aubrey the Charlie Brown Lover, Thomas Shawanowit, Carter Resnick, Noah Mowdy, and Sam Nang. And if you too like to have a shout out at each and every one of my videos, please head over to patreon.com/Reactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.